talk to you about it. There's moments.
It's because he did it. Hey, Denny's not here. Let's talk about him.
Oh yeah, we should roast him
with his dumbass vices.
Oh, so that chick that was talking shit about him last night was his sister.
Really?
Yeah, that was his sister.
I didn't recognize the name.
Well, I did, but then it took me a minute, and I was like, I think that's his sister.
I feel bad. I wanted drama.
Oh, I know. I looked it up thinking like, oh, we're getting some juicy, and I was like, wait, I think that's his sister.
He's taking a long time to get that water.
Come on!
He had to pee as well.
Thanks for the play-by-play.
I sprinkle in comments.
Now he's just he's a very confusing man. He doesn't drink, he doesn't do drugs, but he has gambling and sex addiction. I've never known those not to have drugs or sex or alcohol. Hey Denny, you're doing great, man.
I'm my best.
How was your water break?
Good.
We just did the Denny roast.
Oh man! Now I gotta listen to tomorrow's show.
I look really good from exactly this angle.
That's not correct. Position. You look good from every angle, baby.
Thank you, Daddy.
I just scared my fiance in the shower. It was hilarious.
You're not
and you didn't take video?
I didn't bring my phone with me.
That would have been $25 out of my account instantly.
I got some shekels I'd have thrown in.
Denny, let me put it in terms that you'll understand. I would have been all in, baby.
Yes.
I had an A&T.
Oh, quick! Andrew's not listening. Everybody's cuss.
Is the blazer about to come on?
Yeah, he's putting the blazer on.
I'm wearing a dramatic wizard robe.
Oh, you're wearing a wizard robe?
I am wearing a wizard robe, and it's fantastic.
You've been hearing so much about this thing.
I love it.
Do you feel magical?
I fucking do.
Hey,
you know I do.
Hey, Sugar, your wizard robe sleeve reminds me of a couple girls I've dated. Yep. Looks like Karen to me.
What, flabby?
Oh. I think he means loose vagine.
Beggars can't be choosers, baby. You should know.
Oh, I break the mold on that one.
All right, everybody, it's 9 o'clock, and let's start the show here in just a couple of minutes. Portion of the show brought to you in part by Get Fit Nutrition. Get your shakes from Get Fit Nutrition, where Colleen gets her shakes from, and they're in Maumee. Twice But Nice, your resale shop in Toledo. DMX Lawn and Landscape. They're going to make you mow your lawn.
Up in here! Up in here!
Oh, my God. And also by Lufka All Naturals at the Country Charms shop in Perrysburg.
They're going to make you scrub your pits up in here, up in here.
Let's do this.
And now, our feature presentation.
This is Ed McMahon. And now, here's Andrew.
And friends. I like how Gene just sneaks in these days. She's like, I'm going to skip the sound check.
Welcome to the show. It's Wednesday, April 28th, 2020, in the year of our Lord. In the upper left-hand corner, Chris Tiefel. On the other side, Denny Crum. Below us, Sugar Vermont.
Howdy.
Jake Dickey, I just dribbled on him, I think. It's gonna come out. Southside Gina. Let's do this. It's Wednesday.
Come out! Not there.
Whoa.
Blue.
I think you blew the speakers there, Sugar.
I blew something.
Yeah, not the first time. So much fun. You blew them again. All right. Let's see. We got it right off the bat. We got to say hi to a bunch of people. Let's see. Andrew Lewis checking at the beginning. Jimmy Wright, all the way from Des Moines, Iowa, star 102.5. Woo!
Hi, Jimmy.
We're getting big time again.
I have a great story. So I worked in Des Moines for, I think it was less than a year or right at a year, but it was during a presidential election. And you know, Iowa, of course, is like the home.
So what was it? What was it? JFK?
It all started. What? No,
The JFK election?
bastard.
Come on, let's be honest. It was Truman.
It was the year that Bill Bradley was running for the Democrats, but he didn't get the nomination.
Okay, see, that's how long ago it was. None of us know who that is.
I literally don't know who that was.
Well,
He didn't win.
Bill Bradley took a bullet for the Reagan thing, right? That's
No.
No. That was Brady. I'm sorry. I'm so
You
sorry.
guys.
I got that wrong.
You
F
stupid.
you guys. All right. So, anyway, so I'm in Des Moines. It was less than a year, but it was such a blast because it was a presidential election year. Des Moines is the state capital of Iowa. Iowa, of course, is the very first voting in the nation. I got to be part of a caucus, which was very odd, and we were literally a block away from the state capitol. So for almost the entire year, there was just a line of news trucks going from our studio to the capitol, and I saw Tom Brokaw when I went over to the capitol to see what was going on. I'm like, Tom Brokaw, what's up? And he didn't even turn around and
You got Hollywood about Tom Brokaw.
I did. So, anyway, so that's my Des Moines story. I had a good time. Al Bannister is watching. Alan Bannister, he's a big wig in the Democratic Party. He works, I think right now he's working for the Mayor Wade. So thank you, Al. Thank you, Al. Appreciate you. Guy Griffin, he's a big wig in the grocery delivery business. Huge.
Everybody's a big
I
wig.
love Guy.
Huge.
The fancy grocery
Guy,
delivery
love
business.
you.
I mean, if you know the guy, if you know the grocery delivery business, you know Guy. I mean, that's
Why isn't that pretty much when you're talking about big wigs? That's pretty much it. I mean, that's the
Guy
top.
is the Beyonce of delivery.
Yeah, the guy that brings you food for the grocery store. He's bigger than all of those guys I mentioned.
But see, the only thing I don't like about his grocery delivery is I don't like the idea of my Cheez-Its riding better than I do.
in the limo.
But let's be honest, Cheez-Its deserve to ride better than you do, Chris.
That's true. That is
Everyone
true.
does.
Especially if they're white cheddar, baby.
Yeah, everyone loves Cheez-Its.
Oh my god! Or the extra crispy ones; those are delicious.
Wait. I want to take back that statement because that sounds really racist when I say white Cheez-Its deserve better.
Yeah. Come on.
My God.
All Cheez-Its matter.
Crackerist.
God damn it!
Yes, all Cheez-Its matter. Doesn't matter which ones. All Cheez-Its matter, baby. Okay, a couple things. So I just looked outside. Colleen and I were looking out the window, and there was a skunk in our front yard, which isn't cool.
Ew.
It kind of worries me a little bit. I don't know. I guess skunks don't attack unprovoked, but I still don't like that it's in the front yard hanging out.
You have no reason to be afraid as long as you're following the governor's orders.
Oh my god!
Well, you can't go outside in the front yard?
Outside?
You
Can
stay
we go
inside.
outside?
You go
Just stay
outside.
6 feet away from the skunk. You're good.
Social distance.
Tell the
What if you
skunk.
cause a microaggression against the skunk? Would it still attack then?
I don't know. A microaggression.
Well,
I don't even know.
Not all skunks are Pepe Le Pew.
Go ahead, Danny.
But yeah, I was going to say, like, or do you have cats? Because if anything I know about skunks is typically they're rapists when it comes to cats.
Oh.
Pepe Le Pew
Oh,
was a rapist.
wait. Only cats that walk under a freshly painted white fence.
Don't get a clumsy cat.
Oh, you talk about me being old. You guys are doing Bugs Bunny humor. Those cartoons are 75 years old.
Those are ageless.
They are bringing the Looney Tunes back for HBO Max.
Are they?
Oh, dude, they
Unlike
play them on Hulu
unlike
every night.
Andrew. Unlike Andrew, they're ageless.
Wait, so HBO Max is bringing back like the original, or they're doing new ones?
I think they're doing new ones.
Here's the problem. Here's the
they're not
problem.
gonna be good.
No, here's the problem, dude. Is they're not going to be as racist as the old ones. Number one.
That's just disappointing.
Problem?
I'm kidding. The old ones really were pretty racist when you look back at some of them. But my
Disney
point
movies too.
is you watch like I'm going to give you an example: the Mickey Mouse cartoons or the Disney Channel cartoons. They're so bad compared to the original stuff. I mean, the stuff they put on now is just the lamest, and I'm worried they're going to do that to Looney Tunes, which are the coolest cartoons ever. And I think that they're going to ruin them if they try to do new ones and bring them back. Go ahead, Jake.
So on Hulu every night, if you look for live TV, they always play segments of Looney Tunes and Tom and Jerry, and it's all the old episodes from like I had to Google what the time frame was because they put them out in Roman numerals. And so it was like 1955, 1956, 1960. The 60s got weird. They just did a lot more musical and a lot more physical humor in them.
Does it surprise you that's like even the old movies are like almost 100 years old now? Like I didn't even know that we had the technology to record, on film or whatever. I don't know what the technology is, but we can watch movies from like almost from 1920, 1930s maybe.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I mean, we were pretty smart back then. We're a lot smarter now, but we weren't dumb back then. Go ahead, Sugar.
Oh yeah, HBO Max. So speaking of cartoons on that, they are actually adding all of Hayao Miyazaki, who is like the most famous anime director. He did Spirited Away and all those really cool ones. So that is going to be on the HBO Max, which kind of pisses me off because I have HBO now and I feel like I would have to pay for both. That is communism.
You will not have to pay for both. You will actually get HBO Max. Like it's basically going to replace HBO now. Yeah. And what I was going to say to Andrew's point, like, do the cartoons like now really suck, or is it because the old cartoons are nostalgic and that's what makes them good? Because like who knows, like kids nowadays might really love these new cartoons, and it's because like they're kids and they're gonna love any kind of cartoon, and when they grow up it's going to be like, oh, like these cartoons aren't as good as my cartoons.
That's true.
I mean, because I remember like when SpongeBob first came out, like I was like, this is the dumbest thing ever, but talk to any kid that grew up watching SpongeBob and they're like, this is amazing. And I'm like, back in my day we had Doug and Rugrats and watching them now as an adult, you're like, man, I can't believe I watched this crap.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Tifel.
Little piece of trivia for you and everyone listening. The first moving picture was a dude riding a horse in 1878.
Stop Googling things to look smart. I swear to God.
Actually, I didn't Google it. I saw it on Reddit earlier today. I just looked it back up to double check the year.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Okay, I'm glad you did. All right, well, Jake, we got to get back. We got to get over to you, Jake. You've had a very eventful day today.
I have had a very eventful day.
I can't believe we're 10 minutes in and this is their first time bringing it up. Actually,
I was following this on Facebook. What the hell happened to you?
So if anyone wants to see the Facebook Live video and the pictures of the aftermath, you can just go to Jake Dickey, just my personal Facebook page.
Yeah.
I put it up today.
Okay.
But in the middle of the afternoon today, my hot water tank kind of exploded and dumped 40 gallons of water in my apartment throughout the kitchen, into my living room, kind of into my bathroom, and definitely flooded my downstairs neighbor's apartment.
Oh my God.
Friendly fire.
So before I really get into the story, I got a little bit of a backstory behind that. So last summer I was at work and I get a call in the middle of the afternoon. My air conditioner, it's in the same closet where the hot water tank is. I get a call in the middle of the day and they're like, hey, we got to enter your apartment because there's water leaking from your apartment into the downstairs apartment. And I was like, that's fine. Just go ahead. I have a cat. Just make sure the cat doesn't escape. That's all I ask. And so there was a pipe that was leaking and it had been leaking for days or weeks or whatever it was. And it went straight down into his apartment and dropped his ceiling onto the floor.
Oh my God.
Wow.
So then they fixed that. They fixed the pipe. Now fast forward to today. And I woke up this morning. I was like, man, I'm going to get some stuff done today. My parents bought me an air fryer. I was like, I'm going to figure out how to operate an air fryer.
Oh,
today.
you're going to love it. It's going to be so good.
I know.
I'm sorry.
I love air fryer.
No, it's fine. But that was my battle plan for the day. And, but I was like, you know what? I got to do this. I'm going to finish doing this load of laundry that I got in. And then I'm going to do these dishes. So I have dishes for the air fryer tonight. So I threw the laundry out of the washer into the dryer, started the dishwasher, sat down on my couch, and about 10 minutes later, I hear an explosion. I hear this loud crack and a loud bang, and then my cat comes running from the kitchen into the living room, and like he stops, he locks eyes with me, and for a brief moment in time, man and animal could think about, we could communicate, because he was looking at me like, dude, what the fuck? And I was like, I don't know, dude, holy shit, what's going on? And so I run over, and because I had just started the dishwasher, I run out there, and I think the dishwasher is just dumping water.
Right.
And I quickly shut it off, and I open it up, and then I realize there's still water running from somewhere. And I turn around, and I see what I can only imagine like Noah saw during the flood. It was just coming from this closet out. And so I open the door real quick, and I'm like, fight or flight kicks in, right? And so I hit my hands and knees, and I feel like a cartoon. It's a good thing we talked about Looney Tunes, because like I put my finger into the hole, and I started switching
like they do
every knob.
When the boat has a hole in cartoons.
Yeah, and I thought I was going to explode, and the water would be coming out my mouth.
Did you, Jake? Did you put a finger in your hole, and then like another like hole pops out from somewhere else?
No.
You were like,
it was coming out so bad, and it was hot. So I immediately pull my hand back.
Oh no!
And I'm turning every knob that's in this closet, right? Which, by the way, let me just preference this: if you live in an apartment complex, you should know where your main water line cutoff is. I had no idea where it was.
Oh my god!
So now I'm just starting to freak out, because I'm like, this thing could explode, like, and actually like blow up. And so I grab my phone and I start trying to like Google the number for my apartment office, and I was shaking so bad I couldn't operate my phone.
Oh god!
How's that not a saved contact?
You know what? It will be after today, all right? But it wasn't. I've never
Even in his live video, it's shaking so bad. I shared it on our Facebook page, but his hands are shaking so bad. It's like when I first looked, I thought it was an earthquake or something. I'm like, what is happening right now? And then he shows his hot water tank. I was like, oh boy, that's so bad.
Which this says to me that Jake Dickey is not a survivalist per se, because he freaks out when really the amount of water couldn't even go above the sole of his shoe, and it was done. It was literally a quarter of an inch. So
no, it was like, if you look at the video, it was coming out a lot faster than that.
You're freaking out like a dam it just broke, when it really is. I mean,
well, also, so that video was after that video was like 7 minutes later. So I tried stopping the water, and I was shaking so bad I couldn't operate the phone. I'm like, what do I do? So I was like, I guess I'm just going to go to the office.
Oh my god!
And so I put shoes on, and I run downstairs, and this goes back to my neighbor that had the problems before. And the first thing I did was I pounded on his door, and I go, hey man, remember last summer when my thing flooded? And he was like, yeah. I go, if you have an umbrella, get it, because it's about to start raining in your apartment. And he goes, yeah, I've already got towels down. It was already in like a minute and a half was already flooding his apartment.
Wow. Go ahead, Sugar.
Wow. That just reminds me, I think everybody reacts to things in a similar way, because when people start putting their fingers in my hole, my hands start shaking as well. Just can't keep them steady.
Danny, go ahead. Oh my
god.
I'm almost afraid to ask this question the way I was going to ask it. But Jake, has your cat come out of hiding yet?
Yeah, no, dude. Okay, I'll get to that. I will get to that.
Oh, really? Okay.
So I sprint from my neighbor's door to my car, drive up to the office, and there's a note on there that says by appointment only, thanks to COVID-19.
Thanks, COVID. You ruined my apartment.
And I rip open the door and I run in, and this woman comes running out of the office, and she stops me. And I'm like, I'm out of breath because quarantine has really made me out of shape, and that quarantine 15 is real.
Quarantine.
And the only words I can get out of my mouth are hot water heater, explosion, flood, and then I gave my address.
Dictionary. First word.
It's not dictionary. He's like, sounds like waterfall.
And then she looks at me, and we had that moment where she's like, I got you.
Yeah.
And she grabs the phone and she calls the maintenance. And I was like, all right, I'll see you later. And I ran out of my apartment, got back in my car, sprinted over here. And that's when the Facebook Live started because I didn't know what else to do. The entertainer in me kicked in. I was like, all right, I'm going to put this up on the radio tonight. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Wait. So your leasing office is not on the same property?
It is, but it's like from where my apartment is to up there, it's like a block and a half. And I figured 55 over 2 speed bumps, I'll be there in 30 seconds. Because I wasn't gonna make it there running. That shit wasn't gonna happen.
The only thing that would have made the story better is if you would have gotten to like a minor fender bender on the way to the office, and then you had to like Ferris Bueller run it to the leasing office.
Okay, wait, but tell me about your cat.
Wait, Danny, go ahead.
I just like to imagine like Jake Dickey was like watching the Goonies when all this happened, and he runs into the to the building, and he just starts screaming nonsense like Corey Feldman, chunk, water heater explosion, and she just gets on the phone, and she's like, apparently Corey Feldman blew up this guy's apartment. Like I'm confused.
Oh my god, dude.
So I get back here and I start the video, and within I think the video is only like 30 seconds. You see the team of maintenance people just come running in.
Oh my god.
Without even blinking or like even like it's like they were in Nam. They've seen this before. They go in and they shut the water down and they just start cleaning up and they just start doing it. Within 20 minutes, there was a carpet cleaning company here to start handling.
Wow.
Dude, it was amazing. I will give them that. But here was the other thing. My apartment complex, all the maintenance people are women.
All right. So wait, was it wet t-shirts?
Girl power.
No. So it's 3 women coming in handling things that I can't handle. I don't even have tools. I've never felt more emasculated in my whole life.
Welcome to my
Did you ask them to help you change the tire?
I was like, I'm gonna do an oil change later. You guys know anything about that?
Welcome to my life, bro. Colleen has her own drill set, like a bzzz, I don't know what they call it, drill.
A bzzz?
Yeah.
Vibrator.
She asked all she asked me to do was put a different bit on it, and I'm like, what? I don't even. I'm like, I can't. I don't. Stop. Please just help me. Go ahead, sugar.
So when there's these 3 chicks helping you out, saving your life because you're a pussy, when that was happening, was it like a Hooters crew wet t-shirt or was it big old bull dykes? Which? Because there's 2 here.
No. They were. One of the girls was probably in her late 20s to mid 30s, and the 2 other women were one was probably in her late 40s, early 50s, and like she was grizzled, like she had seen some things. You know what I mean? Like this didn't even phase her. She's like, I was here for the epic toilet backup of 62. You know. And it was amazing how they didn't even flinch. They just started fixing the problem.
Wow.
And I'm sitting there, I'm shaking still. Like it took like 2.5 hours for me to stop going, oh my God, I almost lost my life in a flood.
This is the Titanic, honey. It was your kitchen.
It was 40 gallons.
It was even if the hot water tank was full, it was 40 gallons over apartment, a 1,500 square foot apartment. It was literally a quarter of an inch if the whole apartment was covered.
But in my mind, we just hit an iceberg, baby. I didn't know what to do.
When the ladies came in the door, I was imagining like Jake's like standing on his furniture, like, over there, get it, please.
I was like, the floor is lava. The floor is lava.
Hey, what is that hose thing that's on the floor when they started coming in?
I don't know. That's what she brought.
I don't know.
And then she immediately dropped it. They never used it. Like I think she walked in and went, nope, that's not going to fix this problem.
Dude,
and just tossed it to the side.
What if Jake just had like floaties on his arm and he was just cowering like, oh God, no. And he came in.
He has a snorkel already on.
This Jake yelling come in from the corner of the room in the fetal position.
I know.
Now to get to the part of the cat.
Yeah,
Yes,
we're
the
all
most
worried
important
about
part.
because no one gives a damn about you, Jake. We want to know if your cat's okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So the cat goes and hides under the couch for like the first like 10 minutes, and then like he decides to start peeking his head out, going, "What's going on?" And he sees that there's a complete debacle going on in my house, and he just kind of looks at me and he's like, I'm checking out for a while. Like almost like I don't know if you're allowed to have pets, but I'm going to hide because like I think I might be Anne Frank and I'm going to go do my diary. I'm going to hide.
So your water heater exploding is the equivalent to Nazis coming.
No. But
the Titanic.
Maybe to the cat.
No, what I'm saying is the cat cat hid like.
But
we're gonna get so much hate mail.
It's all right.
Yeah,
in Jake's mind, really, this was this was Titanic level. This was Nazis invading level. This was Jake's.
This was his Vietnam.
This is his Nam. Dude,
all right,
you're gonna have a Nam story for your kids now. This is your Nam. Go ahead.
All
Denny.
right, so let me move on to the next guy.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Denny.
Can we get that psychiatrist back on the show for Jake to?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna have some PTSD after this. And
that's the greatest story ever.
So then
he's not good.
Everyone starts seeing the Facebook Live message. So my phone starts blowing up while they're here trying to fix everything.
Had your hand stopped shaking enough to answer yet?
No. Oh yeah, I could answer the phone at that point, but I couldn't type anything. And so everyone's calling me, they're blowing me up, in which I want to say thanks to everyone. People were like, do you need a place to stay? What do you need?
Wow.
Do you need me to bring you food? Do you need me to bring you this?
Dude, it was a 1/4 inch of water.
All my
I
friends.
feel like I'm about to punch holes in my hot water heater to get people to bring me food.
Yeah, did you not accept the free food?
But here, this goes back to the cat as well.
Uh-huh.
So one of my friends, Kristen, her kid Noah, he's like 8 years old, and so my cat's name is Ilmari, which is it translates to the Finnish god of air. Because when we found him and we saved him, he was drowning.
Ah,
that's what my buddy named him. So his name is
sweet.
Ilmari. But when I told Noah this, like months and months ago, he thought I said my cat's name is Bill Murray. So he thinks my cat's name is Bill Murray. Noah at 8 years old sees the video and asked Kristen to call me because he wanted to know if Bill Murray was okay. I thought that was the sweetest thing I've ever heard in my life.
And how was Bill Murray? Was he okay?
Oh no, he was fine. He was fine.
Denny,
Hey, I do have a question for you, Denny or Jake. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's very serious. When do you think you'll be able to take a shower again?
Oh, I've already done it.
Or just be around water in general.
I've already done it today. Like I've gotten past it.
But you're never going to a pool or a beach again, right? Denny, go ahead.
This poor cat, like you when you rescued him from drowning, then all of a sudden this water just starts pouring out. This
I'm sure he was freaking out.
He was having Nam flashback.
For sure.
Winter kitty.
For sure. Oh my God!
So,
well, I'm glad you're okay, Jake. I'm glad you
everything gets fixed, and they came in. They had to rip out my kitchen floor. They had to rip out the top layer of linoleum, right? And so I'm walking around earlier because, like I said to you guys before the show, my apartment, they told me to leave the air conditioning on to help dry the carpet out. So it's like 50 degrees in my apartment, and I was cold, so I left socks on, and I walked out onto the linoleum floor. And the old linoleum floor is way slipperier, and I fell. I slipped and fell and made a loud noise. And if my downstairs neighbor didn't hate me before, he definitely hates me now.
Go ahead, Denny.
I'm waiting for like someone to take this whole story out of context and just see like a story on TMZ where it says Bill Murray almost died in local comedian's apartment.
Almost drowned.
Yeah.
So then my buddy Colin, it was his birthday last night. We talked about him on the show. He calls me and he was like, dude, how's things going? And I started telling him, I was like, man, it's just, everything's good. It's all fixed. They came, they cleaned everything. But my apartment is super cold and I've been walking around in bare feet for a while. And he leans over, he talks on the phone. He goes, wait, you don't have house shoes? I go, house shoes? Who the hell am I, Mr. Rogers?
Who has house shoes?
I was like, GTFOH.
Doesn't that mean slippers?
I don't know what it means, but I was like, who the hell has house shoes?
We all do in my house.
So let me just sum all this up and just say I'm just very grateful that I was here when it happened, because like if I would have been at work and this happened, it would have been a complete disaster.
It would have been 40 gallons of water your downstairs neighbor would have discovered, and it would have been fixed anyway.
I would have came home and would have thought that my house had been robbed by the wet bandits.
The wet bandits? Oh my God.
And scene.
Go ahead, Sugar.
I am just glad your cat is okay, and it sounds like there is at least one wet pussy in your life, and I'm just really happy for you.
Sugar.
Well, there's always at least one.
All right, this portion of the show brought to you in part by Glick Electrical Services. New Power Property Services as well. They will clean, they'll sanitize your home, your office, your business, your apartment, your your rentals, any of them. So Get Fit Nutrition as well. We talked about. So
I might need them.
Oh yeah, I know. And well, do they pull all the water? Do the water extraction? They do the water extraction.
They did, and I used to work for a carpet company, carpet cleaning company back when I was 20 years old. So like 20 years ago, and the dude came in with a tool that I was like, "That's amazing. We never had that tool," and it was like this big, heavy weighted. It was probably like, I don't know, like 25, 30 pounds. And he could sit it down on the carpet and stand on it. And it had a clear top so you could see the water rushing in. And he would just let the water suck out until he couldn't see it. So like they cleaned my entire apartment. And I will give a shout out to my apartment complex, Perry's Crossing, for handling it like a champ. And I'm going to buy them pizza tomorrow because when all this happened, they left their lunches on the table to come rescue my apartment.
What nice lesbians.
They are. Lisa and the ladies are amazing over there at.
It was Lisa. So you know who I'm talking about.
Oh yeah, I know all those ladies over there.
Yeah, they were fantastic. I can't say anything better about them.
That was when I first moved to town back in, was it 05? I think it was 05. The radio station put me in there that they have long-term just rentals or whatever, or short-term rentals, I guess. So I was there for like 2 months, 3 months there when I first moved to town. I like Perry's Crossing. It's a nice little complex.
No, it's very nice, and I feel very, very fortunate after today. And I told him to buy them a couple pizzas tomorrow and take it to them, just because they lost out on a hot warm lunch today because of that. Right. Everything happening in my house. So.
Jeez.
Oh, you're a sweetie pumpkin.
All right. Couple things I wanted to get to. This is kind of interesting. Trolls World Tour. Remember Donnie P a couple Fridays ago? He and his kids, they all did a world premiere of Trolls World Tour. They released it on all platforms. They ended up making $100 million from that release at the $19.99 for the 48-hour rental price.
Did you just say $19.99? Oh, the price. I thought you meant the year. I was like, you're a little off on that one.
How much did it cost to produce?
Let's see. Universal's making an estimated $77 million in revenue before marketing expenses. So it must not have been an expensive one to do. Was it $25 million? Is that what that means? I mean, I can read the whole story here. Let's see.
Oh, that's just pocket change.
Yeah. Well, but here's the thing. So now Universal, who is the company that put the movie out, they're saying that that it did so well. They're up to now $120 million in domestic box office gross, with they're saying that they're going to do more movies like this, where they're going to release it at the movie and at home at the same time, even after this is over. Well, now they've pissed the movie theaters off.
Oh yeah,
because the movie they only get one shot at it. If you if you have the opportunity to stay home, you've screwed the movie theater. So now, one of the biggest movie theaters is warring with them, and that would be Universal. They're banning all Universal. I'm sorry, Universal is the company that put out Trolls. It is AMC. You're right, but AMC has banned all Universal movies from AMC theaters. And Universal, I think, isn't there some of the superhero movies under Universal or not?
I don't know.
Anyway, Jake, go ahead. What are you going to say?
Well, I mean, Louis C.K., he started doing that years ago by releasing his own specials under his own website and kind of pissing everyone off because he wasn't giving them to Netflix or HBO or anything else like that.
Yeah, but I think he pissed people off more with the other thing.
Yeah, he did.
But anyway, so the movie theaters are worried that more people are going to be doing this. And then, like I said, screwing the theater. And if you know, the last few years, the theater has already been in tough shape when it comes to, everyone's doing home theaters now and they're watching movies at home. And this is going to accelerate that. And you just got to wonder if it's going to might put a nail in the coffin of the theaters. So, anyway.
I mean, I kind of would be okay with that a little bit.
Oh, I like going to a movie. There's weekends when there's nothing to do. I like the kids and I like to just go to a movie, and for some reason I don't know why we want to sit in someone else's seat so we can stay at home and watch it. Go ahead, Denny.
Well, and let me tell you something though, like those the Phoenix Theater up in Monroe.
Yeah.
There's not a better theater in the area. I mean, and like I don't have seats like that at my house.
Is that the lay down seats?
Yeah, lay down, heated, put a blanket on. I mean, it's fantastic. And I'm telling you, this warm weather season, we're going to see a big resurgence in the drive-in theater business.
It's funny you should go.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I never even thought about that.
Go ahead.
I don't see how that can survive in the winter.
What's that?
Well, it won't.
Drive-in theater.
I said the warm weather area.
Yeah.
Well,
But
wait.
no,
I mean,
Go ahead.
honestly, it could, because like they could probably do it with Bluetooth, and you wouldn't have to have a window down. You could just drive in and just play it through your.
They do that.
speakers.
When's the last time you went to a drive-in, Jake?
Yeah, they play it through your radio. now.
1982 was ET. I mean, get off my ass.
The last time I was at a drive-through, they had the speakers you put in your window.
Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Drive-in, not drive-through, Pumpkin. Come on now.
We then drive-through, whatever.
Hold
I
on.
was like 10 eating Wiener Schnitzel and falling asleep.
They haven't done that, since in decades.
Yeah,
Man.
Yeah, but for the record, Tifa went through a drive-through earlier today.
They've played it through.
I did.
They've played it through your radio now for probably 20 years.
I can't even remember the last movie I saw that had it the way you just said it. Like,
I know it's so long ago, so you don't have to roll the window down. But they are anyway. They are saying that drive-in movies are going to make a comeback, big time, because of all this COVID stuff. And it's interesting you say that, because we love the drive-in. I mean, there's two in town. There's the one in Oregon, the Sunrise, Sunset, whatever it is, drive-in, and then they have the Field of Dreams, which is cool, and that's in Liberty Center. And it's crazy because it's in a guy's backyard. So you're like going through a neighborhood, and
Sounds questionable.
it is questionable, but you're going through a neighborhood, and all of a sudden you see the guy's house, and you pull into his driveway, and then there's two.
And then you get axe murdered.
Yeah.
There's two theater screens there, and his barn or his garage or whatever is the snack shack. It's really cool. Go ahead, Jake. What are you gonna say?
Well,
What?
I did kind of lose my train of thought a little bit, but I'll come back to it.
Go
Just
ahead,
keep
Tifa.
going.
I was gonna say no. Honestly, though, it is one of my favorite memories from when I was a kid. My mom would take us to a late showing, like on a Friday or Saturday.
Yeah.
My brother and I, we'd be in pajamas. We'd have a blanket, be in the
Right.
back seat. We'd stop by Wiener Schnitzel, get some, get a couple hot dogs or some of the popcorn little hot dog things that they had, little bites, and we just go whatever movie was there. We'd watch it. I usually fell asleep about halfway through because it was so late.
We never make it to the second movie. Never we make it to the second movie. Go ahead, Sugar.
This does not sound above board. There's no way you can drive through some neighborhood to somebody's snack shack. You just outed him to the IRS and the FBI. They're like, what is this now? You can't talk about it on the radio, Pumpkin, or whatever the hell this is.
Look up Field of Dreams in Liberty Center. Go ahead, Jake.
It's a trap. I will not. It's a trap. Trying to get me.
I mean, I
got.
Go ahead, Jake.
Oh, I remember what I was going to say. So when you go to a drive-in now, do they open your trunk and make sure you're not sneaking people in?
Yeah, that's what we used to do too.
That's what I'm saying.
God.
Yeah, I know.
You had to roll the window down to hear it. You had one speaker, but you snuck 7 of your friends in the trunk.
Well,
That sounds terrible. I'm not doing this.
and here's what you have to do at the theater now too: is you have to buy an outside food license if you're bringing food in. So you go to the drive and they say, okay, do you have food from somewhere else, or you're bringing in? And if you do, then they charge you for that. Because if you don't
hell no.
If you don't
It's like a corkage fee at a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly, like a bottle opening fee. Because here's the thing: is if you have outside food and you're watching the movie, and they have people walking by that work there, and if you don't have that license, I don't know if they kick you. I think they kick you out. I don't know. It's never happened to me, but I think they kick you out if you.
That's
don't have
when they axe murder you. That's when it happens.
I'll tell you what. I'm not listening to some 15-year-old punk trying to get. Do you have a license for that Burger King?
Look at here, you zit-faced punk! If you don't turn around right now, go ahead, Gene.
That's when you look at him and go, Burger King said it was my way. That's all I'm saying.
My car is sovereign property.
Go ahead, Gene.
The reason for that is because that's where they make their money is off the food.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
because the movies they're showing 2 movies, so they don't make a ton of money off that. So they make the money off the snack shop. So if everybody brings in food, they don't make any money.
Right.
They make hardly any money off the movie because most of the money goes to the studios.
And that's
right.
Regular theaters are like that.
So to keep the costs down, that's how they do it. It's only like $5. It's not like it's that expensive. It's way less than my fat ass would spend in the snack shop for sure.
But it's really, I love the drive-in. My kids love the drive-in. We don't go enough, but it's really, really fun, and it's going to make a comeback for a lot of people. And like I said, there's 2 or 3. There's actually 2 of the ones I was just talking about, the Field of Dreams. There's 2 of them, but the ones in Liberty Center is the closest. And then you got the one in Oregon as well. So it's fun. Go ahead, Denny.
And there's actually supposed to be one coming to the mall in Monroe by where the Phoenix theaters are.
Yeah, like I said, I think there's going to be more drive-ins. They're fun. Like especially if you have a van and you back it in and you put making a camp basically. You've got the chairs out front, and then when the kids get tired, you get the blankets down in the back of the van. Well, we bought a new van today.
What vans do you have?
We've got 4 vans.
Oh my God.
Well, Colleen,
he has to keep switching them up because the kids are starting to get smart.
Yeah.
they keep.
The more important question is how much candy does he have?
No, he's got to rotate them out because of the suspension. He just keeps throwing them out.
Shut up.
He always has a ton of candy. It just doesn't last very long.
Here's what happened a couple weeks ago. I think I told you guys, but Colleen let one of her employees work or take her van.
Oh yeah, Colleen's April Fool's Day joke.
And a blood-soaked crackhead got a hold of it.
Yeah, exactly. She had her van stolen, and there was
blood. Were drugs done inside it.
Yeah, there were needles and blood. So the insurance company ended up.
Or is what Sugar calls a Tuesday night.
No needles. No.
You can get your car totaled for needles.
Well, needles
I don't know what's going on.
And then there was blood too. There was blood in it. So they were like, "Man, you don't want to mess with that thing." So they ended up totaling it, and so then we got a new van today, and it's one of those. They wanted $2,500 for it on Face. I buy all my vans off Facebook Marketplace, and they're all about $800. But so they wanted $2,500 for it, and I offered the guy $800. And he's like, yeah, no. But his dad had just died like a month ago, so his mom was selling it. So he said, nah, I can't do 800. He goes, she'll do 15. I'm like, man, how about 1,000? And we ended up
over his head.
We ended up selling it 1,100. He went to his mom and he ended up doing it for 1,100. And it's one of those giant 15 passenger vans, like the kind you like the airport shuttle vans.
Are you and your family? Are you and your family about to go on the road singing songs?
It's the stranger danger van. Does it have like the curtains?
It's got windows. Go ahead, Jake.
So the first drive-in movie we go to, Andrew's driving.
Yes.
Yeah, all of us.
Dude, I can take everyone in this thing. It's awesome.
So, are you going to repaint it?
No, it's white.
Shotgun.
Like, are you going to put like Hallelujah Church of Christ on one side?
Oh my God, paint it like the Muppets van with the little bubbles in the movie where they repaint the van. I've always wanted a van like that.
Go ahead, Gina.
We can't all go. Me, you, and Tiefel are like, and then Sugar too. That's like 14 passengers, right?
I am petite, Gina.
We'd have to make sure that we evenly distribute the 4 of us across the van.
So,
that'd be a lot
We're
of
not
pressure
going
on one
to fall
tire.
out of the air.
So it's a 15 passenger. It's a nice van. I ended up getting it for $1,100, total steal. And like I said, I buy vans all the time, $800. What we do is we drive. They last for like 2 years. They have 150,000 miles on them. They're like 06s. I don't care the brand. I don't care any of that stuff. As long as it's clean on the inside, it's $800. It lasts a year and a half to 2 years before it disintegrates. Then we just get another van. That's the way we've been buying them.
What year is this one?
The last 3 years. This one's a 99.
Ooh.
It's an Astro van, isn't it?
No, it's one of those It's like a Chevy E350. It's like a airport shuttle van. You don't know
So why do you need 4?
I think they call it the Econo Line.
Yeah, it's an Econo Line. Thank you.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Sugar?
Nailed it.
Why do you need 4 of them? Like, can't you just have 2 vans at a time? 4 vans at the same time? That's a lot of kidnapped children.
Well, because Colleen's at work, she uses a couple of them for her work or whatever. But
I guess.
But the 15 passenger is cool because before the kids, we have 5 kids, and then if me and Colleen was 7, and most vans are 7 passenger, we'd fill it up. Like they couldn't take friends and stuff. Like they always wanted to bring friends places, or if we go to Cedar Point, we'd have to take 2 vans. So now everyone can just pile into the big van. Let's go. All right, go ahead.
Pile in.
What's up, Gina?
Andrew had a bus, and we took the bus just for both of our families to go to the Dum Dum factory. We had to take the bus.
Yes.
What?
It was kind of fun though.
It was an awesome time.
And bouncy.
Have you? What city is that in? That was fun.
I don't remember.
Because a local
Bryan?
factory,
Is it Bryan, Ohio?
Maybe I think it's Bryan. They make Dum Dums, and now they bought the circus peanut factory, so they make the circus peanuts there too.
Nobody eats those.
Oh, I love circus peanuts. What are you talking about?
Of course you do.
I got a whole bag of those things, and they're like hard marshmallow. Oh my god!
This supports that you were born in 1933.
Yeah. Like that was the pinnacle of candy.
You eat Necco wafers too, don't you?
Yes, Necco
wafers. Oh god, and black licorice, I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah, black licorice is a tough one for me, but yeah, we went to the Bryan. You got to go do the Dum Dum factory because they have a little train, and they take you through the factory, and you get Dum Dums at the end, and it was a blast. But yeah, we took the bus, and it was a good time.
How many Andrew Z's do they hand out at the end of it?
F you.
That actually sounds really familiar. I've had a train of dummies before.
Yeah, I'm sure you have.
Andrew's kind of built like a Dum Dum. He's like a medium on the bottom and a 4X on the top. You know what he looks like? He looks like Gru from Despicable Me.
Oh my god.
I swear to God, dude, I'm gonna freaking kill you guys. All right, so here's another thing. So you know how we're all stuck in quarantine. Apparently, the rumors are out there. There's some trouble at home for Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. They've been arguing a lot amid quarantine. The trouble, they have just been going at each other. Kim and Kanye have been arguing a lot. A source reveals to Us Weekly Kanye is really getting on Kim's nerves. The 42-year-old rapper who
everyone's nerves.
Named the billionaire, thanks largely to his Yeezy sneaker line, has been focused on creating lately, according to the source. And as a result, the 39-year-old Keeping Up with the Kardashian star feels like all the parenting duties are following on her, which I've seen this before. So he's in the studio, I'm working. He's down there playing, hanging out with his buddies, listening to music, and she's running around with the kids, and it's frustrating her big time. Go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say I was stuck in quarantine until today, until like 4 other people had to join my apartment, and now I got to soak everything in bleach like I'm Dexter.
Go ahead. Hold on, Colleen. You want to say something? Go ahead, Colleen.
I think you just described my life.
Oh, please. Sugar, go ahead.
You and these Us Weekly sources, man. That was leaked by Kanye's people to build excitement because he's making new stuff. That they're not fighting. They're not even going to run into each other in their 10,000 square foot mansion. Like they're on like different wings. Like they don't even cross paths.
See, and here's where I tend to agree with you. Like Kim Kardashian is running around watching her own kids. Like there's no nanny there. Please go ahead, Gina.
I mean, excuse me while I don't feel sorry for someone who has nannies and like, come on, like that. They don't even actually parent their children.
No, celebrities don't. Go ahead, Tifel.
She's having to give most of the instructions to the staff. It's very tiring. Okay.
Go ahead, Denny.
Sugar, what you're saying makes a lot of sense. If we saw the success of Beyonce's Lemonade album and Jay-Z's 444 album, I mean, a lot of people were listening to those albums to hear the tea, and it might be. It's not like Kim's about to put out an album, so that's pretty much got to be.
We hope
we could put out another tape.
Now well, she needs to put out another tape because honestly, the first one was very unimpressive.
A little blurry.
Well, the problem is, and I can't. This isn't my take. I just agree with it. Hot women are terrible in bed because they know they're hot and they just sit there. They don't have to do anything. So,
good thing Kim Kardashian isn't hot.
So we've speculated that Kim
she's not good in bed.
Kim just lays there like a wet fish, and
called a pillow princess.
Yes, a pillow princess. Thank you.
You're
That's what
welcome.
hobbits do.
Go ahead, Jake.
Well, listen, if Denny and his girl puts out a video, I might bite.
Really?
Oh my god.
If you want to buy a video, just let me know how much you want to pay for, and I'll talk to her.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Hey, did you guys see this? Costco is requiring all customers now.
What a transition.
Costco is.
I can buy the video at Costco.
Yes, exactly.
In triplicate.
Requiring all customers and employees. Customers and employees have to wear face masks, or you can't go into Costco. That's a new thing. It does not apply to children under the age of 2 or to people who are unable to wear a mask or face covering due to a medical condition. What medical condition would stop you from claustrophobia, maybe?
Everybody is going to have a medical condition
Of
now.
course, I know. Go ahead, Sugar.
Costco has been so on top of this. I have to, because that's where I get my crazy pills filled twice a month. But they
Thank God.
even before that, there were the official restrictions, they were on top of it with installing the little plexiglass and they hand you a sanitized cart. I feel so fancy when I go to Costco. I'm like, this is how rich doctors feel.
Go ahead, Jake.
Is anyone surprised by the fact that she said she only gets that prescription filled twice a month?
Yeah, how are you not getting a 30-day prescription?
How are you in my business?
I mean,
I'll tell you,
I thought it was daily, baby.
I'll tell you, I do take them several times a day.
I'm just thankful we don't have to see an unmedicated Sugar.
Right.
Okay, listen. No, this is
All
the
right,
whole story.
I'll give you that one.
Listen. So, no, I was prescribed them at different times, and it never lined up. And I like to get my hot dog twice a month when I go to the Costco.
Uh-huh.
But that reminded me.
Oh, for once, she actually means a hot dog.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
For once.
Well, they hire some hot men at the Costco. One of them is a former stripper. I know for sure because I fluffed him in a dressing room.
Oh my God! All
Still
right.
in the Costco tea.
Wait, at Costco or at the show?
At the show, and then I
Okay.
saw him at Costco, pushing one of those little machines with wheels, with dolly. I don't know. But I'm like, your ass still.
Was it awkward when he was like paper or plastic, and you're like, you already asked me that once?
Wasn't awkward at all.
So here's the thing, Donald Trump. Let's talk about Donald Trump for a second.
Oh,
Can
we
we
were doing
not?
so good.
Can we
I know,
not?
I know. But I have.
do we have to?
Hey,
I have
let's-
so many other things we could talk about.
This one is really important.
Hold
It's
on,
really
before
good.
I just want to say it's been several days at least since we talked about him, and we might throw a little quip in here and there,
Yeah.
but we haven't talked about Trump on
No,
the show
no,
in a
we
while, and
haven't.
I give us a lot of credit for
And
that.
here's the thing: is whether you like him or not, he just does some really dumb PR things. He's like, there's two things in the news I have to talk about today that are just like dumb stuff. It's like, dude, number one is I guess he's the White House gift shop now has put out coronavirus coins. So
I want them.
So you could commemorate the.
Oh, I need them.
So you could commemorate the event.
Let's make money off of a crisis.
I know, well, but here's the thing, and I'll give them credit for this. They're giving all the money to nurses that are on the front line or something, some sort of organization or something. But it looks bad. That's dumb stuff. It's like the job's hard enough. Don't make it harder on yourself. And COVID-19 coins are not the way to go. They're just they aren't.
I want them.
What?
So in the White House gift shop's defense, they do put out coins for historical times, but usually you wait until you're outside of the historical time
Right.
to put out the commemorative stuff.
Yeah.
No.
Imagine on 9/12 there were 9/11.
Oh my god.
Here's the thing: he started this to do them at the exact time. They call the series a historic moment art series. So they've been putting them out. Like when he met Putin, they put out a coin.
They've got several Kim Jong-un.
When he met Kim Jong-un, they put out a coin. When they had COVID-19, they put out a coin. Here's one of the coins is titled President Donald J. Trump, a study in genius. That's one of the coins that's out right now. I swear to God.
And I love it. Dude,
What
they're probably
event was
just
that?
I don't know what event that was. That's just, but that's
Because I'm waiting for him to do one thing that would be considered genius.
Go ahead, Chris.
I was just going to say, so one side of the coin has along the rim, it says world versus virus. Then it's a map in the middle. It's a map of the United States or the world, excuse me, with the coronavirus, that familiar coronavirus
molecule or whatever the hell
Oh,
it is.
yeah, exactly. Right over it. And then it says around it goes, together we fought the unseen enemy. Everyday heroes suited up. And then the other side is just a picture of the White House press room with the podium. Talking says COVID-19 task force and names the entire task force.
It just looks like that's dumb stuff. Go ahead, Sugar.
Well, first of all, that's a lie. That they're just regular coins that have COVID on them. That's what they're selling. But I will tell you guys. I mean, I'm not a Republican. I know I sound like I am sometimes. Like, he does stupid things.
Right.
But I'm telling you, it's on purpose. This is how he got elected in 2016. He does something stupid, and the press will talk about it for a week. He will say something stupid, and that's all you will hear is what came out of Donald J. Trump's mouth.
That's all he does is say stupid things.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it's a plan.
I don't know, Jake.
Well, he president. It worked the first time,
right? Jake, go ahead. But I think we've gotten hip to it though. Like for instance, I love the fact that look, I like Joe Biden. I don't think I've let that I let that be known. Shut up, Sugar.
I mean, what's the other? There is no other option at this point.
Dear Joe Biden, as I look in your eyes,
please rescue us with your masculine physique and your
Joe
dreamy
Biden
blue eyes.
Slowly walked through the snow-laden hills.
Me
with
and
sends him little heart-eyed emojis all the time.
I began to tremble as Joe Biden walked towards me
and sniffed my hair.
Joe Biden, I want to officer and a gentleman you.
Here's my point is that I love the fact that they think that he can't even say a word. He's rope-a-doping them because Donald Trump's really the one that can't talk a word. When the debates start, the insult thing, they've already done that. He's not going to have I'm telling you, he's not going to have a go-to of insulting. He's going to have to come with something different because we've seen all that. And I'm telling you, Joe Biden's going to kill it in the debates. I'm just
I hope so.
Can't wait to watch because whatever's happening is going to be hilarious.
Go ahead,
Joe
Jake.
Biden, your verbal chocolate is just soothing my ears.
When Joe Biden debates, it sends a shiver down my spine.
Go ahead, Jake.
The only way these coins can be remotely acceptable is if they are like AA coins. So when you're 30 days free of coronavirus, you get one. 60 days, you get a second one. When you're at 3 months, you get a third one. But you have to stay coronavirus free to get those goddamn coins.
That's a great one. Go ahead, Gina.
I feel like pretty soon Trump's going to start selling T-shirts like I survived coronavirus or Trump helped me survive coronavirus and all I got was a stupid T-shirt. I guess we're going to see that. But you know what? I got a letter today from the IRS. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Because I got my stimulus like 2 weeks ago.
I got what you're talking about too.
Yeah.
And so I opened the letter because I'm like, what is this? And it's a letter telling me that I got my stimulus, but it has Donald Trump's signature on it because you know how he insisted on having his signature on all the checks.
Right.
It's his way of putting his signature on the direct deposits too. Like that's how stupid this is.
But Gina, that was my next story. Americans who received a stimulus check from the government are also getting a letter in the mail from Donald Trump. That's two things. Now,
I got mine too.
So you got these coins out, and then like it's just the stupid things you do. You send a letter out to everyone with your name on it, so people can see that you didn't give us the money. The money came from the taxpayer. And
as a matter of fact, I paid $2,246 in taxes this year, so I got my money back. That's all that was.
Right, Denny, go ahead.
Well, one of the things that you'll give Trump the credit that it works in his favor for is he never apologizes for anything, and I think that works in his favor because normal, sane people that feel empathy and regret and sorrow, when they mess up, they'll stand up in front of people and go, you know what, I messed up, I was sorry, and then like the people that are against them would be like, see, he messed up, he admitted it, but Trump never admits it, and he just moves on like this is normal, and it's moves on to the next thing and does the next stupid thing, and then we're talking about this. Trump has done so many stupid things and awful things that normal people would have apologized for and would have ruined anyone else. If he would have came out and said, I shouldn't have said what I said on the Access Hollywood tape instead of justifying it with locker room talk, he would have been done and dead in the water back in 2016.
Mm-hmm. Right, but this is the coronavirus is the only I think it's going to end up being his kryptonite, because it's the only thing that Republicans are getting, that Democrats are getting, and then we can all see. You can't tweet this away. You can't change the narrative on the incompetence of the way you've handled the situation as much as you try. I just don't think. I think this is the one thing. He's underwater. I mean, all the polls say he's, with the handling of this crisis, he's way underwater by at least somewhere between 10 and 20 points, meaning that people disapprove more than they approve of the way he handled it. I think this is the first thing that actually is going to say you can't scam it. You can't scam it. You can't P.T. Barnum it. Because it's a virus and it doesn't listen to anything like that. Go ahead, Jake.
So I think if he's really a brilliant marketer at this point, like, he doesn't have to do hats on the next re-election. He has to do masks that say "Keep America Great."
It's actually probably a good idea. He probably will.
Right. Go ahead, Teefel.
I was just gonna say I don't give him any credit to say that he's smart enough to be saying these stupid things on purpose or anything like that. If you look at clips of Donald Trump talking in the 90s, it is like 180 degrees different from the way he talks on a daily basis here. I am convinced that at some point between like 1998 and like when Obama took office and he started sounding really crazy and tweeting off a storm, he had a stroke or something going on, because it's not the same man. And it's not just aging that did it.
I agree with you 100% on that one, Chris.
Yeah, I there's something, and the people here's what I'll tell you. I follow the news enough to where I know that people on the inside say something, but they don't know it as fact, so they can't really say it, so they hint around it. And a lot of people are saying that the cognitive wise, that there is something going on, and he's not the same person over the last decade, and it's continued to get worse. I mean, the stresses of the office, dude. I mean, that's going to make it 10 times. You see, they go in with, all the presidents go in with normal hair, and they all come out with gray hair, no matter what age they are, because that's what that office does to you. Go ahead, Dan. Except him, his hair is not gray.
That's because it's a wig.
It's not his hair.
My theory is, and being a pro wrestling fan for 30-something years, he did WrestleMania 23 in Detroit, and ever since then he's turned into one of the best showmen. Like Andrew says, P.T. Barnum. Mm-hmm. He learned a lot of what he does is pro wrestling 101. He cuts a promo, and you're either going to cheer him or boo him, but you're going to feel some type of way for him, and that's the main way. For pro wrestling, they always say, as long as you're getting a reaction, it's a good thing, whether it's good or whether it's bad.
Well, we've underestimated the power of television. A guy can't be in your house for 10 years, and for a lot of people, and then run for president and
The Apprentice
not win.
too.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. For 10 years,
if it wasn't for The Apprentice, he's not the president.
No, that's what I'm saying. We discount the power of television. For that 10 years, he was in our living rooms.
And The Apprentice also helped form the illusion that he's a good businessman, because when you look at the facts, he's not a good businessman. Well, but The Apprentice formed that illusion.
You look at all these good businessmen, they're like, Mr. Trump, yes, Mr. Trump, and you get fired by him. It makes him look superior, and so he's built this image. I mean, there's the marketing wise. I mean, he's been a genius. There's no doubt about it. Gina, go ahead.
So firstly, I want to say hi to Mama Judy, because she had said hi to me earlier on.
Hi, Mama Judy.
What's up,
Hi, Mama. I love you.
Hi.
We do love you so much. Also, I don't know if this is the
and
time.
Also, thanks to the air fryer that I couldn't do today.
I don't know if this is time to get into it 2 minutes before the show ends, but I don't watch the news anymore. Mm-hmm. Like, I have a physical reaction to Donald Trump's voice.
Uh-huh.
I can't watch it. I can't listen to it. Even when I read the transcripts now, I read it in his words.
Snowflake.
And now, or in his voice. So I get like anxiety, and I usually don't have any anxiety disorders, but lately I have been having these physical reactions. So I have a Fitbit, and I wear it when I sleep at night, and Dubs works third shift, and he comes home at 6:30. Okay. My heart beats above resting heart rate pretty high all night long until 6:30, and then it goes down to where it should when you're sleeping. Like, I'm having like with
you should
with
see
him,
a doctor.
I would love to, but we can't right now. So But I mean, it's not like it's really, really high. It's just above my resting rate. So like I'm having all of these anxiety things. So when I say I don't want to talk about Trump, like I'm so dead serious. Like I'm not like haha funny. I'm like, no, I really cannot talk about him because I'm having physical reactions to this man's stupidity and what it is doing to our country. Well, and I already know it's Trump derangement syndrome because of these asshats and all like whatever.
Trump derangement syndrome goes both ways.
Yeah, it does.
True, that is so true. Yeah. But so anyways, like I said, I don't know if this time to get like it's insane the physical reaction that I have to this though. Jake, I don't know if anybody else has that. I'm not sure if this is normal. If it's not, I have no idea.
Jake, go ahead.
I just want to go back to briefly what Denny said about the wrestling thing. He did hire Linda McMahon.
Yeah, for a small business.
Who's Vince McMahon's. Yeah, and put him in. But going back to WrestleMania 23, how many chair shots did he take to the head?
He did take a Stone Cold Stunner.
Well, maybe that's what it was. Maybe the whole thing is to blame on Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Take another one.
All right, sure.
Austin 316 says, I screwed up your economy 15 years later.
That would make my life right now if Obama just came running into one of those press conferences and Stone Cold Stunner whatever Trump, like how,
and then just took over the podium and just started talking. I would,
man.
All right,
I would pay to see that.
It would only be cool if he does a mic drop at the end.
Yeah, here's the ironic thing: is the most moderate, the most moderate leaning person on the show is the drag queen. So we're gonna give you. How odd is this?
That's
all right,
crazy.
so we're gonna give you last thought before we wrap up here, Sugar.
Okay, this is gonna piss you off, and so I don't want it to. I love you, Andrew.
Yes, go ahead.
But I want to circle back to what you were talking about. Little hints and talking around it in articles about maybe cognitive problems with Trump, and I agree. He says stupid fucking things. But I will say that the exact same thing has been said from the other side about Biden. And when that was brought up, we got a 10-minute love letter, panty wedding. This is Joe Biden. So I'm going to say it's both of them say stupid things.
Well,
I mean, and I kind of like Biden, but
they're both 80. What 80?
They're both 80.
Doesn't say crazy things.
So I kind of. Yeah.
Also, Trump's not overcoming a stutter, though. I mean, we have to be
I
realistic.
don't care about
There's a
his
reason
stutter.
for Biden's speech pattern.
Right. I do. Yeah. And then here's the thing too. So let's say you're stutter. Let's say you have an issue, and obviously when there's a timing, you have to do it in 30 seconds or 60 seconds. You start getting some of that, and then there is age. There has to be some at 80 years old. There has to be some cognitive atrophy or whatever you want to call it. So there is some of that. But the third thing is then it starts getting in your head. It's like a second baseman that can't throw to first base and he's done it his whole life. And then
I don't understand your sports metaphor.
Well, okay, all of a sudden it's the easiest throw ever, like Shaquille O'Neal with free throws. It's like, man,
he never got good at those.
Anyone can make a free throw.
Watch Major League 2.
Yeah, but my point is, so everyone Biden is aware of this that people are saying. So then you start getting in your own head when you start to talk, and it starts to become a self-fulfilling prophecy. So I think some of it's being older, some of it is the stutter, some of it is self-fulfilling prophecy, and so I don't say that there isn't some, but he's if you see him at a town hall, he knows what he's talking about. He's a
very intelligent man, but sometimes he does say not stuttering, not any of that. He just says stupid stuff sometimes.
Go ahead,
like
Jake.
bull malarkey. He does say stupid things.
He does say stupid things a lot.
Go ahead, Jake.
So honestly, I think it comes down for Biden and who his running mate is. I think this is the biggest key to whether or not he beats Trump is who he picks.
I disagree because at this point, and I say this, Andrew disagrees with me all the time. I think it is done. I think people that are voting for Trump are voting for Trump, and people that are not voting for Trump are not voting for Trump. Like, I don't think there's any convincing anyone at this point.
I think what Jake is saying, though, there's a portion of the Democratic Party that were Bernie people that maybe won't come across to Biden, but if he picks the right person,
well, also, I think, and this is just my theory, is that he's old and he might die in office. And so who takes over? Like, it's very important who he picks. And maybe that's just what I'm thinking. Right. But I don't know.
I just want Biden to confuse everybody and choose Sarah Palin.
That's what I was gonna say. It has to be a woman. Obviously, it's gonna be.
All right, then I'm voting for Trump at that point.
Go ahead, Denny.
I just wanted to say, like, if there's one Trump supporter that wants to talk crap about Joe Biden and the way he speaks, let's listen to 5 minutes of Trump.
The word
because
they make no sense.
because I've seen Biden knock speeches out the park. I've seen him talk for long periods of time without stuttering or saying gas. He does have his gas and stutters, but I've never, not once, seen Trump speak for longer than 5 minutes and not say something stupid or jumble his words around.
That's
never not seen it.
But hold on,
or play his fake accordion.
Yeah.
I love the hand motion.
But that I'm telling you, that's where the rope-a-dope is coming in. Because people haven't heard him speak. They haven't heard Biden speak like that in a long time, and
they only hear sound bites of gas.
They only hear the caricature of Joe Biden. That's why I think he's gonna kill Trump in the debates. And once he starts getting out on the trail and can talk and not be stuck in his basement, because right now he's got nothing to say. So anyway, this is way too much.
Hey,
Trump
Andrew,
Trump and Biden.
I got one last question for you.
Yeah.
So when you're picturing Joe Biden in your head, are you imagining him like Bo Derek in the movie 10, just running on the beach with the beads and the hair and everything?
Shut up.
That's how I'm going to think of him from now on.
Right?
I wonder who loves Joe Biden more, Andrew Z or Leslie Knope?
It's got to be Andrew.
Biden on the rails, 1001 poems.
I just know. I'm familiar with his family. I'm familiar with his story. I like him. I do.
He's a good person. At the very least, you can say he's a good person.
Yeah, I just imagine Andrew now holding that handshake a little too long when he finally meets Joe Biden.
Stroking his hand with his
who's
thumb.
gonna be sniffing whose hair?
We're like a Secret Service agent has to start walking over before Andrew goes, "Oh, I should let go."
Go ahead, Jake, real quick.
I just want to one more time give a shout out to everyone who called me today and provided help. You guys were awesome. I love you all.
I would have said a
Too bad,
lifeboat if I'd have knew.
Jake,
We're glad you and Bill Murray are both okay.
Yes, Jake.
Bill Murray's good.
Now we got the digital COVID now. 'cause he
Denny
blew us a
Crum,
kiss.
Chris Tiefel, Sugar Vermont, Eastside, Southside, Gina, I'm Andrew Z. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.